This isn't clickbait. You can actually double your money in Argentina if you have US dollars. Basically, Argentina is giving away free money. Allow me to explain. If you Google Argentina peso to US dollar, you're going to get the official exchange rate. Your credit card is most likely charging you that official exchange rate, like when you pay for things using your American credit card. If you go to an ATM and use your American ATM card to withdraw Argentinian pesos, it's going to give you close to that official exchange rate. But there's this other rate that's called a blue rate. It's almost double than the official rate. Looking at Google now, 100 US dollars gives you 18,000 Argentina pesos. That's the official rate. Now, the blue rate, it would be 100 US dollars for 36,000 Argentina pesos. So you get double the amount of Argentina pesos for the US dollar. Instead of flying down to Argentina with a duffel bag full of cash, which you probably have to declare legally, and then trusting somebody to exchange this money at the blue dollar rate, your best bet is to use a service like Remitly or Western Union to wire yourself money. And I'm going to say Western Union has the best rates. Download the Western Union app, or you can just log on to the Western Union website. And when you use Western Union for the first time, they do not charge a fee. And if you'd like to take advantage of this, please don't hesitate to use my referral link that I'm going to leave in the description for both Remitly and Western Union. By doing this, I receive a small commission, and that really helps out this podcast. Once you initiate the wire transfer, Western Union will give you a reference code. You just need that reference code and your passport, and you can go down to any Western Union and withdraw the cash there. There are many Western Union locations throughout the city of Buenos Aires. The problem is the lines can be very long. As you can see here, there had to be at least 20 people in front of me. I went to the one closest to one Airbnb I was staying at, and I stood there over 10 minutes, and maybe one or two people went inside. There's a security guard at the door letting people in. I just saw it was going to take forever. I decided right then and there, let me just go to this location where I know always has money. Because the last thing you want to do is stand in a line for 1 hour and then they tell you, oh, we don't have any more money at this location. So I just went, caught the train, rode out there. There was nobody in line, and they never run out of money. I guess it's like the centralized location, or it's right in the financial center. They're always stocked with cash. Watch to the end of this video, and I'm going to put up a map showing exactly where that location is. And if you want to just save yourself a lot of hassle, surprisingly, there's never a long line. And how I found this location, when I first arrived in Buenos Aires, we arrived around 4 or 5 in the morning, and I wanted to get cash immediately. I did not want to stop at an ATM to withdraw cash because I knew the rate was not going to be the blue rate. I did not want to use my credit card because my credit card is going to not give me the blue rate. It's going to give me the official standard rate. Western Union will pretty much give you the blue rate as far as I'm concerned. Now, I hear you can go on the street and there are people that'll do the money exchanges for you, but I didn't want to deal with any of that. You don't know if somebody's going to rob you or possibly pass you fake money, and you can't tell, you know. Just much safer, much better going through Western Union. That's what I did. And so when we arrived, it's not like we had anywhere to go because check-in time for the Airbnb wasn't until the afternoon. So I just Googled where was the closest Western Union that opened early. And there was one in this location at a bus terminal that opened at like 7 in the morning. So we ended up going to that Western Union, caught a Uber there. Of course, I had it set to withdraw Uber from my credit card. So this was probably the one time in Buenos Aires that I used my credit card. I have yet to use my credit card here. I may in the future, I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know I don't know what's going to happen when I time it, like when I'm leaving, when I run out of cash. I'm trying, because obviously I don't want to take any of this money home with me, because depending on when I return back to Buenos Aires, if I ever return back to Buenos Aires, I'm sure I will, but the money is just in rapid decline. So what may be worth $100 today, by the time I return, could only be worth $50. So we go to the location and it took forever to find the place. Mind you, we're just coming from the airport. We had backpacks and we both had large suitcases on wheels that we were rolling around. The neighborhood we were in, I had recognized it from, I guess, YouTube videos or something, maybe researching online. And for some reason, I already knew it was like a sketchy area. It wasn't the safest place. And of all things, I'm looking to get a big bag of cash that I'm going to be walking around with. And we're just walking up and down looking for this place because Google Maps is telling me it's at this location and I'm just not seeing it. This one guy randomly just comes up to us and he tells us, he starts talking to us. He's like, hey, you have to be careful. This area is dangerous. In my mind, I'm thinking, why is this guy just like, what's he going to try to do? Pickpocket me? Like, why is this like concerned citizen just randomly coming up to me? So I was listening to what he was saying and I was thankful for what he was saying, but at the same time, suspicious. Because in the States, you would never, if somebody comes up to you random like that, yeah, they're up to no good. But it's different in Latin America, I've found. But still, you have to be careful. On a side note, in this same neighborhood, when I did catch the Uber to the place we were going next, I'm in the car and it was hot. I asked the Uber driver, can I roll these windows down? And he goes, oh, yeah, but just hold on. Wait till we get out of this neighborhood. He's saying this in Spanish, but I can understand what he's saying. So when we were in that neighborhood, I kept asking, where's your phone? Do you have your phone? Because she has an iPhone, a newer iPhone. I was super paranoid that she was going to get her phone taken because I know where mine is. I like literally have my hand on mine. But, and I know how good people are at pickpocketing phones. So that was always running through my mind. This one neighborhood, I guess, is one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in the city of Buenos Aires, but I don't know. So anyway, finally, I get the idea, okay, this place has to be inside the bus terminal because that would make sense. In a bus terminal, there's a Western Union. So we walk around this corner into this large bus terminal, looking all around, cannot find it, and Google Maps is not helping at all. Finally, we find this place. I want to say I had to wait maybe 15 minutes. There were several people in front of me, maybe 5 people in front of me. And when I get up to the window, the guy, and mind you, by this time, I'd say it was maybe 8 a.m., 9 a.m., something like that. This place opened at 7 a.m. The guy, I get up there, he says he doesn't have it. I'm like, wow, this place, I got there early. And I'm glad I did this. I had the hindsight to ask the guy, is there another location? And he goes, oh yeah, you want to go to this intersection, writes it down. And I'm so glad he did that. We catch an Uber to this location. Once I get my cash, and it was stacks and stacks and stacks of cash. This is like a financial district area, like a banking area, kind of like a Wall Street type area, I guess. I walk out and I didn't even have cell service at the time, so I couldn't call Uber. I was using the Wi-Fi near this bus terminal is how I got the Uber there. I wanted to hop in a taxi immediately and get to the Airbnb location. Or actually, no, we went back to the airport because it was still early. And, like, I didn't know where to go. And where are we going to go with a big bag full of cash and all these suitcases? So it's like the only logical place was the airport. Like tons of police, it's like what could happen there. So that's what we did. We went right back to the airport and waited until it was time for me to check into the Airbnb. And I want to say, if you go to this Western Union, you want to make sure you're going to the right location because there's actually like right there on that corner, there's like 3 different places. When I first went there, for some reason, I knew exactly where to go and I got my money. But as we were walking out to catch a taxi, there was this line of like 20 people outside this other, I think it's called a Pago Fácil. If you go there and you see a long line, don't get discouraged. So here's a map how to get to this Western Union location that never runs out of money, never has a long line. Type in Montevideo Western Union in the Google Maps. And there it is, Avenue Cordoba and Montevideo. That's the intersection where you want to go to. At this intersection, there's 3 different Western Unions that I know of. That's the one you want to go to. That's the one that never runs out of money. Don't get discouraged if you pull up and you see a long line. Keep walking and you will see the one you want to go to. And as I zoom out, I'll show you where it is in reference to There you see Teatro Colón. I guess it's a opera house, I think. The Obelisco, also right there. It says it's a 16-minute walk. So that's just a reference how to get there. So here's the rate that you will get from Western Union. $100 USD. First, I have to choose how I want it. I don't want to use a credit card. I want you to take it from my bank account. So Western Union, when I put in $100, they give me back 33,486 Argentine pesos. But they charge me $5.99 for that. Now, Google gives me a rate of 18,011 Argentine pesos for 100 US dollars. So at the time of recording this video, these are the hours of this location. But of course, obviously, you want to check yourself because these could always change. And that's going to do it for episode 1 of the Travel Compadres podcast. That's right, you heard it. Check the description, check the show notes for links to my socials, and subscribe, do all that good stuff, like the videos. Peace, stay safe.